Get 3 months of local news for just 99 cents a month. You'll get unlimited access to the news you need to stay engaged and connected to your community. Visit DuluthNewsTribune.com/subscribe now to get 3 months of local news for only 99 cents a month.
Hello, Northlanders. It's Tuesday, June 25th. I'm Wyatt Buckner with your Duluth News Tribune Minute, presented by Minnesota Power Employees Credit Union.
The average MPECU member saves over $785 a year in better rates and lower fees. And with MPECU, every ATM is your ATM. With their free checking program, you get ATM fee reimbursements at any ATM anywhere in the U.S. Check out Minnesota Power Employees Credit Union's services online at mpecu.com or visit their offices in downtown Duluth, Arrowhead Road, or Miller Trunk Highway.
Now here's a look at today's headlines. Heavy rains that flooded the Northland last week are moving downstream and converging along the St. Louis River near Scanlon, causing the National Weather Service to declare a moderate flood for the region. The river near Scanlon is flowing 10 times faster than normal and cresting at 11 feet. Flooding was expected to peak by Tuesday afternoon before water levels recede. Heavy rain that flooded the headwaters on the St. Louis River near Bowabic and Hoyt Lakes, which received 5 to 8 inches of rainfall, has moved downstream to the upper St. Louis and Cloquet rivers and is converging in Scanlon, according to Steve Godey, Hydrology Program Manager for the National Weather Service in Duluth. The flooding is exacerbated because the surrounding area is completely saturated and can't handle any additional water, he said. Water near Rivergate Avenue in Scanlon was at 13 feet Monday and was encroaching on nearby buildings. Downstream in Duluth, water levels at 11 feet flooded Chambers Grove Park and the Fond du Lac campground. Randy Vine, owner of the campground, estimates that 75% of his campsites are flooded by roughly 7 inches of water. The flooding began on Friday, prompting Vine to vacate the campground during Grandma's Marathon weekend, one of his busiest weekends of the year. The National Weather Service has warned of swift and high water as the river flows through Jay Cook State Park. On Friday, Minnesota Power, which operates multiple dams along the St. Louis River, activated its emergency action plan to discharge flooding around the Island Lake Reservoir, which is located north of Duluth and discharges into the Cloquet River. Minnesota Power believes that water in Island Lake has peaked, so it has since ramped down its discharge. 2 teenagers have been charged in a drive-by shooting between 2 moving cars that resulted in at least one house being struck by gunfire last week. Nathaniel Ryan Robarge, 18 of Duluth, was arraigned Monday in State District Court on felony counts of aiding and abetting drive-by shooting and aiding an offender as an accomplice after the fact in the Friday morning incident in the Denfeld neighborhood. A 16-year-old Duluth boy was also charged in juvenile court with aiding and abetting 2 crimes, drive-by shooting and reckless discharge of a firearm within a municipality. According to court filings, witnesses reported seeing 2 cars chasing each other along residential streets in the area of 41st Avenue West and 5th Street shortly after 7 a.m. At least one observer then saw a suspect matching the description of the 16-year-old hanging out the driver's side of a white car, shooting toward a gold vehicle. Approximately 4 or 5 gunshots were heard, according to police reports. Investigators said at least 2 witnesses then saw the shooter run into his residence, a duplex at 4114.5 West 5th Street. A different witness reported seeing a suspect, believed to be Robarge, driving the white car through an alley while holding a black handgun, and another person said he was seen picking up shell casings from the street before police arrived. Filings indicate officers went to the scene and found a white Pontiac Grand Prix parked behind the duplex. 3 males, including the 2 suspects, exited the residence at the command of police. The juvenile allegedly admitted to bringing the gun from the car into the duplex, but denied shooting. Police said bullet holes were found in a house across the street, and multiple .45 caliber shell casings were discovered in the street. A .45 caliber handgun also was found hidden in a laundry basket in the duplex, according to a complaint. Robarge declined to speak with investigators. No motive has been publicly identified for the shooting, nor have the identities of anyone in the other car. Police said no injuries were reported. Judge Nicole Hopp set Robarge's bail at $50,000. The alleged shooter also remained in custody at Arrowhead Juvenile Center. The third man, Keyshawn Jaden Cotton, 20 of Danville, Illinois, was not charged in connection with the shooting. However, he was taken into custody and is facing extradition to his home state on charges related to a stolen vehicle and theft. Nurses at Essentia Health St. Mary's Clinic have organized and filed for an election to vote on representation by the Minnesota Nurses Association. The move, announced Friday, follows successful organizing by nurses at Essentia Health Duluth Clinic 1st Street, 2nd Street, and 3rd Street clinics, Patient Flow, Miller Hill Surgery Center, and nurses and other healthcare workers at Solvay Hospice House. These nurses also join East Market Advanced Practice providers who continue to seek union recognition at Essentia Health. A press release issued Monday states the nurses at St. Mary's Superior Clinic are seeking a union to collaboratively negotiate employment terms, work conditions, and patient care standards with a goal of greater job satisfaction, nurse retention, and quality patient care. The nurses filed for elections with the National Labor Relations Board last week. Election dates have yet to be determined. For the latest from the Storm Tracker team, here's a look at your forecast brought by the News Tribune's Northlandia podcast.
Good morning. Today's weather forecast for the greater Duluth area. Sunny and breezy today with a high around 80 degrees. West winds about 10 to 20, gusting as high as 30 miles an hour by this afternoon. For tonight, clear to partly cloudy. Temps will drop down into the lower 50s. Wind shifting to the north around 5 to 15. Sunny and maybe partly cloudy at times tomorrow afternoon. Much cooler with a high in the upper 60s. Winds going northeast, light around 5 miles an hour. Slight chance of showers Thursday, better chance by Thursday night. I'm Storm Tracker meteorologist John Wheeler.
Thank you to the Northlandia podcast for their support. The bi-weekly podcast explores curious and unique stories here in the Northland. The latest episode looks at scuba diving in Lake Orbegon. You can find that episode and others at DuluthNewsTribune.com or wherever you also get this podcast. Reporting for today's episode was done by Macklin Caruso, Tom Olson, and Shelley Nelson. Thank you for listening to Duluth News Tribune Minute. Have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.